Hey, welcome back, everybody. My name is Patrick. Thanks for being with us. Another webinar ready to go. As always, everything in the video is for information and education purposes. Make sure that it fits your risk tolerance. Beautiful day here in Wisconsin. Really, it's been a beautiful week. 60 degrees. We know guys are getting ready to do some field work if they haven't started already. So, what we wanted to do today is just quickly highlight a couple key markets in here and just show some value and remind ourselves and our customers to make sure that you just take that step back, really look at the big picture at where we are and what kind of values are available to us. Okay, and like you said, what we don't want to do is lose sight of where there's value. We want to make decisions at profitable levels. We want to sell when you want to, not when you have to. We're real believers in this. And real quickly, a story that I have to share, and it's an unfortunate story. And obviously, we have a benefit of hindsight. But one of my customers was asking about cattle. I sent him a fence position, and a week later, we got the news about the bird flu infecting the herd, and all of a sudden that entire plan blew up just in a matter of 1 week. And what he had expressed to me was that these were good values to protect. Now, I'm not sure why the delay in making that decision, but it just goes to show how quickly things can change. And so, again, when we're looking at these charts and we're considering profitability, let's keep that in mind. It's very hard to pick the tops. You're better off being close enough. Okay, so here's a July hogs weekly continuous chart. This is what we're hyper focused on, right? And now here is the zoomed out version, and we need to understand that we're pretty much on the knife's edge of the upper third of the historical hog prices. And so with that, again, there's some good value in here that guys should start protecting, whether they're using options or futures, or if you can get some sort of cash contracts done. When you zoom out, these are good values. Here's your October feeder contract. Boy, it's looking kind of choppy, little rough. We're kind of near the recent lows, right? That's what we're telling ourselves. Well, here's the zoomed out version, and historically, October feeder are above and beyond, the historical upper third of the range. So again, these are good values to protect. We should be considering getting some options or selling some futures unless you can get cash contracts sold. Look at where we are, in the bigger picture. Finally, here's your December corn. Again, everybody's going to focus far to the left. $6 corn, man, we're really down, down low and getting beaten up in here lately. But if we go and take a step back, here's historical values. Now, the one thing we need to point out on corn is, on the left there, you can see if U.S. ending stocks range between that 1.7 billion to 2.25 billion bushels, we generally don't spend much time above 450. Now, if you go further to the right on the chart here, you need to get the ending stocks well below 1.5 billion bushels to see those kind of, the levels that we've seen in the past couple of years. So again, our point with this chart, we have to assume a normal year. We're probably looking odds favor closer to a 2 billion bushel carryout, which means historically 450 on new crop corn or above 450 is still good value to protect. Here we would be looking at some cash sales to reward, rallies. Okay, so again, just wrapping everything up, take a step back. Remember to look at the bigger picture. It's really easy to get hyper focused and zoom in and just stare at one spot on the chart. We got to look back and consider where we are in the totality of the market. Again, keep in mind, guys, sell when you want to, not when you have to. It's so much easier to make decisions when times are good than when times are not. And lastly, if you're in the livestock side of things, it's hard to do just forward cash contracts in most instances. So you need to look at options, LRP, or futures. There's trade-offs. Yes, you might have margin calls for making a sale too early, or you might have some option premium built in. But you got to ask yourself, what's worse, or what can you live with? Do you want to see the market fall $5, $6, $7, or would you rather spend that dollar or two for some protection up here? The choice is ultimately yours, but those are the things you need to think about. As we talked here on the grain side of things, we like making cash sales at this point. The option market doesn't make a whole lot of sense considering how tight the margins are. So be ready to reward on cash sales, get a good average price going so that if something changes in the market and you decide you need to be long or get in a re-ownership position, you have the confidence and the ability to do so rather than trying to make sales from behind. If you guys have any questions, please let us know. Feel free to reach out to us. As always, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We certainly appreciate you tuning in. We hope you guys have a wonderful week and enjoy this warm weather.